Hello StarCraft fans, welcome back for StarCraft 2 action. We are here with ShoWTimE and HeRoMaRinE and Pip, my little kitty cat in the background there, for some TVP action. We are here at the Homestory Cup semi-finals, where both of the German mainstays are going to duke it out. Hello. My cat usually gets a little annoyed if I'm this loud. Now she wants attention. Now, I'm not sure who usually gets the better of the two. Like, I would imagine it's HeRoMaRinE. But I'm sure ShoWTimE can beat him on a good day. If not just an average day. One does not simply deconstruct the Mauer. Or demauer. My German is just garbage, honestly. It's not good. Single gas opener from HeRoMaRinE. Probably gonna see a Reaper come out, an orbital, and then a command center. Standard opener coming out, and we do see the Reaper wall here on site Delta, which is the theater for our game number 1. Hello? She's just out of vision, but she wants a lot of attention. Hello? Yeah. See? She's just sitting there. Reactor comes out, actually. No Reaper at all, straight Reactor. And we could see a factory come out right after that. Make the Marines, make the factory, and swap it over after that. We did see HeRoMaRinE also do a lot of 3 racks, but he's going into the factory for now. And let's look at ShoWTimE side of the map. He has a Stargate. Chrono boosting the Stalker. Doesn't need the Adept, and there is literally 0 Reapers on the map. So I kind of expect HeRoMaRinE to throw in a Hellion here, so that he can get a little bit of scouting information, because if we go over to the vision of HeRoMaRinE, he hasn't seen anything. Just feels comfortable doing his own thing, might make a couple Widow Mines, do a little drop, and these Marines are going on a trip. I'm not sure what they're looking for here. Maybe this is a timing where an Adept should, like, come over, but 4 Marines are not going to do much. I guess you can make your way into the main base of your opponent, not going through the middle of the map. So HeRoMaRinE's the HeRoMaRinEs are going to make their way across the map. Ooh, the Hellions are also being created. 6 Marines? That's not a lot. I guess you can poke up and run away again. This could just be, like, fake. Ooh, a Phoenix, actually. No Oracle, straight Phoenix into Twilight. So, I'm not sure what the Phoenix is all about. If you're not going to build a Robo, is this just for scouting? It's very possible. 6 Marines, up a ramp, and there is already a shield battery. Nothing's gonna happen here. Marine, or HeRoMaRinE, or just Marine, he has been demoted. Loses 2 Marines here, and the Hellions do join the force, the attacking force, and they are kind of just standing in front of the base. Haven't even really checked the third bases. I'm not sure what HeRoMaRinE's thinking here. He does have 1 Widow Mine already, 2 of them even. Oh, is this Phoenix gonna fly? Nope. ShoWTimE. He's aware. And here comes a quadruple Widow Mine drop. And while that's a little awkward, this Phoenix was real. And I don't know if HeRoMaRinE expected that one to be real, because he hasn't seen any other unit come out of the Stargate. Oh my, this Widow Mine drop has been shut down by that Phoenix. Really nice by ShoWTimE. Don't see that every day. And now into Blink? So it's like 2 Phoenix Blink? I guess Phoenix give vision as well. Normally you use the Robo with an Observer or a Sentry with the hallucinations. But real Phoenix, this kind of smells to me. And that smells like a little cut. My cat wanted to leave the room. And, she gets what she wants, alright. Oh, interference matrix coming out of HeRoMaRinE here. He has a tech lab on the starport making ravens. And the third base is underway. 2 extra barracks now being added on. Barracks before command center. And the third base for ShoWTimE halfway done as well. We do have a forge and blink about to finish. So how many gateways do we have right now? 3 on the map. So just 3. Smells like defensive blink. But what I was saying before the cut is that this kind of smells like a hard counter. Or at least like a HeRoMaRinE counter build. Because from all the HeRoMaRinE games that we've seen this tournament, he was really favoring like one Marine or one medevac drops. With Widow Mines, Cyclones, Marines, even Hellions. But he was doing a lot of drops. So I am not surprised that ShoWTimE is working something like this in. Maybe it's a map-specific thing. Maybe it's a HeRoMaRinE-specific thing. But after the games he played versus Mana, this is not surprising to me at all. Nice dodge on the Widow Mine there with the Stalkers. Getting some value here. Energy away from the Ravens. I think they got a Marine kill as well. And did get an SCV kill as well. I think the biggest thing is the energy on the Ravens here. No more lockdowns if this were to be Colossus focused or even Immortals. But I think HeRoMaRinE is just kind of like misreading what ShoWTimE is doing here, or ShoWTimE is throwing him for a loop. Because usually if you see the Phoenix, you are gonna see the Colossi. But right now it's just big gateway. It's just gateway, man. Oh, the Stalkers in the front. They are delaying this third a little bit. Sniping some bio units before the Bioforce gets too big. That's getting your bang for your buck, basically. Oh, these Widow Mines try to get a nice position. One of them gets caught out before it reaches its destination. The shift Q. Biting him in the butt. And the sentries arrive. The Guardian Shield is up. We have the 2 Phoenix. What are the Phoenix going to be used for? For now, they're just... Oh, they lifted a Widow Mine. Very nice. Lots of SCVs come off the line and are destroyed. 16 SCVs go down there already. And HeRoMaRinE loses control over his third base location. Can he hold on in this game? Or is ShoWTimE going to shut him down behind it? We see a 4th base. We see +2. So it seems like HeRoMaRinE should be able to hold on, but there's just so many units from ShoWTimE running in, and ShoWTimE forces the GG out of HeRoMaRinE right away. The Ravens with the lockdown not proving to be very substantial in this game. The auto turrets, like, they help, but they're not as good as just more bio. We did have the 5 racks. We did have the +1, but just barely not enough. A lot of that starport time was put into making Ravens and not into making more medevac. So no pressure on the side of ShoWTimE's map. And I just really think that HeRoMaRinE was thinking about Colossi and Phoenix. Phoenix Colossus being the name of the game here. And yeah, if you look at what he saw, he only saw the units. Didn't really see any buildings at any point. And he got bamboozled by ShoWTimE here in game number 1. And for game number 2, we load up into Oceanborn, the second standard map of this best of 5. Is the third game going to be Alcyone? Potentially it will be. But we are gonna see. And ShoWTimE takes game number 1 with a pretty cool opener. This go for Stargate, no Oracles, 2 Phoenix, just to deal with drop play. Straight into Blink Stalker charge slot, and just kind of overran HeRoMaRinE. HeRoMaRinE Trano counter a different composition, truly. I don't think you make the shutdown Raven composition against anything that ShoWTimE was doing. If that makes sense. Like, you want to throw the interference matrix on Colossi, maybe on Phoenix, but probably not. Like, it's decent on War Prisms. I think it's value on an Immortal even. And maybe on like a 1 sentry could be okay. But not against pure gateway units and 2 Phoenix. And sure, the Raven can still use its energy on auto turrets, but those are high DPS, but they don't last super long, and they can get targeted down. It didn't end up being a super good remedy for the situation of HeRoMaRinE. And he's opening up a little different this time around. He's going for a fast factory. He's getting that Reaper. He's gonna look at what ShoWTimE is doing in his base, and I'm looking at his gas right now, and he's spending all of it. He's going for an early Nexus, and his Cybercore finished. He does not have gas for a tech structure, so this Nexus was pretty gosh darn early. Or at least he prioritized getting out that Nexus pretty hard. And the Reaper runs in, sees the shade of the Adept greeting him, and the Adept wants to get a couple shots in, but does let the Reaper slide its way on into the main. The Twilight Console gets planted down, and immediately it gets scouted. Now, the Twilight Console is not a strange thing to see, I think, as the Terran, because Blink Stalkers have been all the rage. I think, like, Parting hasn't played for a while, but those type of players have really paved the way and shown that with very good Blink Stalker micro, you can take map control really early and efficiently. Sometimes you can even do like an 8-gate, no upgrades attack and kill somebody. Maybe versus Zerg a little bit more, but still, it's very strong. And if they just go for like a 4-gate blink and they blink into your main on some maps, oh, they snipe your stim, they snipe your first medevac, whatever. Whenever the attack hits. Oh my, the double Adept. Causing some havoc here in the base of HeRoMaRinE. The first Marine, or SCV, has already gone down. The Marine goes down now as well. And the Marines do get to target down this one Adept. Will they get the kill? They will get the kill. The CC will finish up. And this one Adept does shade out with most of its health intact. Now we see 2 more gates and a Robo being added on. So 3-gate Robo Blink for ShoWTimE. And usually this is just a fairly defensive build. And we'll go into a third base. Now, we're not too surprised that ShoWTimE is being a little defensive. And we are also not surprised that HeRoMaRinE is prioritizing doing a pretty fast drop with his first medevac once again, with the Widowmines. Interesting position for that Widowmine. Maybe just runs in naked into the natural, and one Widowmine and a couple Marines were dropped, and this Widowmine just runs in naked. Oh my god. Oh, ShoWTimE sees it, but then retarget, and only 1 kill. Oh my. Really? Only 1 kill? Even the Marines didn't target down a probe? Wow, I think HeRoMaRinE was really banking on ShoWTimE's attention being at the top. But this one Widowmine almost got a big shot off. Oh, this Widowmine is actually running back. Does get killed. And we get Cloaked Banshees? What? Is this, like, 2012? Remember 111 Banshees? Puma? EG's Puma? I think it was called Puma, no? Dude. I might be hallucinating here, but I'm pretty sure. We see a second Banshee is underway. Cloak is about to finish, so HeRoMaRinE definitely committing to at least 2 Banshees here. And, oh, this drop is still flying around. Only 3 Marines, but Blink is online. So 1 good Blink, and you will lose that medevac. ShoWTimE in the front with only a couple Stalkers, but being very annoying. This is Observer, and he's been consistently thinning out the Marine count. 4 have died already. Ooh, 1 Cloak Banshee gets into the base. And at the same time, these Marines are dropped once again. No recall available for that medevac. Let's get targeted down, and the Marines, they do get to target down 1 of the Stalkers. This Banshee's just trying to kill this 1 pylon. It would be, like, value enough. He's gonna take a couple Stalker shots for it, but does get the pylon kill. And now this Banshee makes its way into the third base, gets a couple probes. Finally, HeRoMaRinE finds some damage. There wasn't a shield battery there to stop the Banshees from finding damage, and even in the main, no shield battery is available. ShoWTimE thought he could defend without them, but shield batteries are kind of like a when and not an if. They are when do you throw them down, not if if you throw them down. Shoot battery in the natural and a cannon in the main. Chem probes have now gone down. The Banshee's finding the value, and this one Banshee tries to get this pylon, but can he find a place where the Stalkers cannot reach? HeRoMaRinE does not think so. Let's look at his home base. He has a good chunk of Marines here. 18 Marines, 3 siege tanks. Goes out for a double drop. It was like, maybe it goes for like a little Doom push, because we do not see a third command center. And the Observer does see the tanks, and they are also leaving. So ShoWTimE knows something is coming. The Metavac's boosting on out. Maybe HeRoMaRinE sees this and he's going to turn back. Maybe Fake's going to the bottom. But it looks like ShoWTimE is getting the better of the vision here. And oh, the army's way bigger than ShoWTimE knows. I like that move from HeRoMaRinE. ShoWTimE can see it now. He's like, oh, that army's a little big. Whew. But the first Colossus is out. This is like a Blink Colossi, so without the Phoenix this time around. Very interesting. Do have the nuclear battery. 2 Colossus already on the map, and these tanks are really providing an anchoring point for the rest of this bio army. +1 is done as well. We have Stim, no combat shields just yet. And the Marauders at the front cannot really be persuaded to leave by these Colossi. And ShoWTimE commits on in. He doesn't want to lose his third base. More settlements are being warped in, but the front has already been evaporated. The first Colossus got targeted down by the siege tanks. The second Colossus goes down, and 1 siege tank did remain. The other ones were focused down by ShoWTimE, but HeRoMaRinE hitting a very nice timing here on Oceanborn, taking down ShoWTimE, and evening up the series 1-1, even building a third base behind it, making more barracks. So this was not like super all in. It was a strong timing, don't get me wrong. And he was probably okay with trading this out, but you don't have to win the game here. You just need to get a good trade. And for game number 3, we load up into Crimson Court. So not Alcyone. And HeRoMaRinE takes down ShoWTimE in game number 2, showing us the same, or a build that he also did versus Mana, which was the 1-1-1 with a CC, getting a little drop off, going into a 3 CC, or a 3 barracks, pumping units, getting a couple siege tanks, pushing out, and getting a 3rd CC behind that. Now this seemed a little bit more committed than the versions he showed before that. And HeRoMaRinE does look to be opening pretty similar to game number 2. And I think we did see a bunch of Terrans play Crimson Court versus Protoss, and it looked pretty darn good for Terrans. So let's see what ShoWTimE has planned for this map. Of course, it is pretty special because of these middle bases that can be a 4th base with the Rich Geyser, could even be a 3rd base, your natural 3rd base, but you can mine through the gold minerals, take that 3rd base, mine through these gold minerals, take that as a 4th, and drops have a lot of safe haven here, so you kind of almost naturally want to go Phoenix Colossus, also to abuse this cliff a little bit. But with these 2 ramps, you defend a lot of your base by ground. So as Terran, if you just have a couple siege tanks here, or even over here, like add like this center field over here, you can just kind of move back and forth and defend these 3 bases, have a PF in the front. It becomes pretty hard to deal with an established Terran player. And I do not need to remind people of nightmares such as siege tanks over here, siege tanks over here, siege tanks over here, siege tanks anywhere. Siege tanks dropped over here. Like, you need to kill those rocks ASAP, mine these minerals out so that they can't have like 2 siege tanks and a bunch of bio running around, or like 2 liberators and bio running around. You're gonna really be sad. Also, the air space behind Crimson Court is kind of nasty, especially on the left and on the right. So oracles can be annoying as well, liberators for the same reason. Reaper does get a little scouting off. Well, actually, got repelled by this adept. 2 adepts already on the map, 3rd one underway with the Stargate. Is ShoWTimE going to look for a little bit of damage with his adepts once again? And is he going to go for that fast Phoenix? Yes, he is. I love that the first game, he showed Phoenix, not into Phoenix Colossus. Because now, when HeRoMaRinE sees the Phoenix, he doesn't know for sure. He needs to go scout, he needs to check. He can't just blindly start making the Ravens. Making the Phoenix Colossus all that more strong. 2 Hellions, 3 Reapers, that is pretty good versus light units, and Adepts are light. But these units were clearly looking for some probes. The Reapers try to get in, but these Adepts are mirroring their movements. The Hellions going from the top. And these 3 Reapers are trying to take down the first Adept. This Adept does not get a return kill. Hellions running the top. And the Phoenix already there. 3rd Phoenix underway as well. And ShoWTimE defends beautifully. Like, it's very hard to crumble there. Or very easy to crumble there. Because HeRoMaRinE makes it pretty hard for you to perfectly position your units all the time. And now HeRoMaRinE throws out his first medevac across the map, makes a Viking already. Okay, so he's going for a different approach into possible Phoenix Colossus. We do see the robotics bay coming out pretty early. The Phoenix do see this force moving out, and this is a pretty sizable force. We do have shield battery. We have a couple units here. We can nuclear battery. So this seems to be okay. We can lift the Cyclone. We can lift the mine. So we don't have to take a lot of damage. Oh, look at that. Nice lift. The Cyclone slightly out of position. Can't be protected by this mine. And all of ShoWTimE's units can stay under the shield battery. Double lift on the retreating Terran force. And we say it almost every time. No way. Did he just trigger the mine with a shade? That's crazy. But we say it every time. Phoenix make it very hard to retreat as Terran, because you're gonna lose your medevac, you're gonna lose your Viking, you're gonna lose like all the good units basically. They're just gonna lift them up and eat them. Now the command center, 3rd command center is underway. After that, 2 barracks, so a little bit of a laxer build or more macro focused build by HeRoMaRinE. And oh, the Phoenix are across the map. Do we have an engineering bay? We do not. No +1 at all. And so we can't add on turrets either. So that is going to be a pain in the butt here for HeRoMaRinE. Kind of forced to stay at home now. Maybe he was expecting this force to like keep growing versus the Phoenix. And to make sure that the Phoenix can never really go across the map. But this force did get thinned out in front of the natural of ShoWTimE. And he's mining through these golden minerals. He's taking a 3rd. And now, cutting that engineering bay out of your build is going to be annoying. The engineering bay is starting up, and you can't really leave your base without having ample defenses against this cloud of Phoenix. There's 6 on the map now, and there's more coming, or at least 1 more. And that basically means you lose a bunch of SCVs before you even reach the other side of the map. And before you are at ShoWTimE's base, the Phoenix have retreated. So you basically kind of lose SCVs for free if you leave your base. Now, barracks 4 and 5 are being added on. The 3rd base is now just floating out. We see a couple Vikings being added on. Only 1 starport building Vikings. We literally have 1 medevac. That means that any stim can be very costly, because those are not going to be repaired. Now look at that. Just 4 SCVs snapped out of existence. Thanos. Yep. That's the reference. +1 is coming up. We do see a turret in each mineral line now. So that does make the Phoenix not capable of, like, hanging out there forever. Like, turret probably doesn't kill a Phoenix, but it is still annoying. You can't kill the literal mineral line without losing a Phoenix or 2. And look at that. The Phoenix spot the army move out. And is ShoWTimE in position? How's the army looking like? Or what is it looking like? Colossus range about to finish. 5 gateways about to finish. And these rocks are in the way, buying valuable time for ShoWTimE. Builds 2 more shield batteries. And he mined out enough of the golden minerals that he can move back and forth. Good job, because that is a game-losing mistake. It happens to everybody, but it does feel bad. The nuclear battery has been established, or committed. The Immortal, very key here to take down these siege tanks ASAP. The Phoenix are basically tanking all of the Viking shots, because the Vikings weren't really target fired on anything. One Colossus does walk the wrong way around, was rallied into the army of HeRoMaRinE and walked to the right, not to the left. So does get donated to HeRoMaRinE, allowing him to stay in this game. And behind this HeRoMaRinE, +1 is about to finish. He has a decent worker count, and the Phoenix count has been thinned out. Only 3 Phoenix. Now, there wasn't any Reaper Wall. It's not really possible on this map either. But can't punish any Reaper Wall with his Siege Tank. And goes for a drop with 4 Vikings. That is interesting. The Phoenix are coming into the main to try and stop that. So this little Marine drop is going to perhaps take down 1 pylon. Is there a blink? There's no blink. It just started up, so the Stalkers can't take care of this medevac. Oh my god, unless it doesn't boost out right away. Slightly too many Stalkers there for HeRoMaRinE to be that tardy with the pickup. And that was a nice snipe for ShoWTimE, spreading his Stalkers out in a good way so that they can all approach the medevac. They don't get stuck behind each other on either side. The 4th base almost done for ShoWTimE. And a 4th base is underway for HeRoMaRinE. It looks like he's not going to out-tempo ShoWTimE in this game. So a 2nd engineering bay, an armory, and more production is being thrown down. Even a 2nd starport going for that 3 or 4 Vikings at a time production. Look at these pylons for vision. I love those. Because you did kind of just expand towards HeRoMaRinE. That is a little spooky. Could take this as a 5th just to make sure that if this gets sieged down some way, looks kind of defendable. That you can fall back to this base, but it is also just a point of contention that if you build a base here and HeRoMaRinE pushes, somehow you are suddenly like more committed to that area. So maybe doesn't want to open himself up too far, doesn't want to spread himself too thin, and we see disruptors coming out of the 1-2 robos. Where's the 2nd one? The 2nd one is at the 3rd base. More gateways coming down. We already have 8 gates, 4 more underway, and ShoWTimE is getting into a very comfortable territory in this game. His 4th base is up, only 4 gas running, and now feels comfortable committing to a 4th. HeRoMaRinE, though, is kind of turtling up here. We haven't seen a Ghost Academy go down yet. But we might see it in the future. Of course, EMP doesn't do too much right now, because we don't have Storms, we don't have Archons. But nukes would be cool. Could also be Liberators. Liberators would be really nice, because how high is the Phoenix count really? It is only 3 of them. 10 Stalkers, so Liberators would be amazing. But right now, we just see more tech labs. So more routers will be added on. And +1 air is about to finish, +2 bio is about to finish, and HeRoMaRinE is about to max out. So this would be a great time for HeRoMaRinE to do a push. Oh my god, they barely miss each other. Big Doom Drop coming out from HeRoMaRinE. Might fly into the Phoenix, but he's also attacking at the front here. Don't think the Phoenix will be able to take down these medevacs before the bio is out. So these Phoenix are going to go down, and this is a big bio drop at the main base of ShoWTimE. He does send in all of his Colossi and a bunch of the gateway units. Another push at the front happening, but it's not coming fast enough. Another medevac goes down, but it's an empty one this time around, so a lot of units from HeRoMaRinE do survive, but they are stuck outside of the base. We did see a nice hit with the disruptors, most likely because of all the flying ragdolls. Now this observer doing overtime right now. He's working hard, and he's providing that value. Oh my god, look at these pylons just giving all of the vision. It's 1 tank making sure the probes can never mine it out, and the triple drop gets into the 5th. And meanwhile, HeRoMaRine's also moving out. Would love a little scan here, just making sure. But this game is hectic. HeRoMaRinE tries to get something done with this drop whilst taking a position here. But ShoWTimE is mirroring him so well, because with this observer, the vision, and now the Zealots run on in. Disruptor balls come out as well. They don't hit a lot. Oh, they do get 2 Vikings. And they get 2 Marauders and Marine as well. Those are pretty decent hits. The drop on the right also gets warded off. Gets defended in this War Prism. Dropped off a couple Zealots at some point. HeRoMaRinE making double command center here, and as long as he's trading and upgrading, he's probably not too unhappy with his position. Getting +2 air. We're not thinking about Liberators yet. I mean, I am, but HeRoMaRinE not just yet. Because I guess a Tempest transition would be very scary. How many Disruptors is this? 7 Raptors. Man, oh man. 73 SCVs for HeRoMaRinE as well. Maybe he can build a couple extra orbitals and then remove some SCVs from his lines, getting a bigger army. If he wants to just do that, like have a lot of bio and just dodge all the Disruptors. Nice cutting here by HeRoMaRinE, getting away from all of these Zealots. But the Stalkers, they blink forward. We have a good amount of medevacs, though, keeping the bio alive here. Ghosts have been added on, making sure that the EMPs do hit. And removing all of the shields. One full medevac does get targeted down. That hits hard. It's painful. I don't know where that triple drop went, but maybe it moved towards the army. And HeRoMaRinE still capable of maxing out, but lots and lots of Disruptors here. Very hard for HeRoMaRinE to fight here. We do have a siege tank on the high ground. Does target down one of the Disruptors. Very nice. We do have a couple of Vikings to deal with the Colossi here. Blink forward. The PF is ready. No high-sec auto tracking. And the bio does seem to be holding on here. Lots of Disruptors in the back. Nice movement by ShoWTimE, keeping his Disruptors in the back, because it's very easy to F2A move them into the army. And in the back here, one of the Ninja War Prisms making it into the base of HeRoMaRinE. And they're just wreaking havoc, these Zealots. Oh no. And this kind of destroys all of the momentum that HeRoMaRinE was trying to build up in this game. More Disruptors being added on. 7 already on the map. So he's thinning out the Disruptor count, but not enough. And I mean, HeRoMaRinE has money, but I mean, what do you do against 9 Disruptors? Shield upgrades coming up. Shields, good upgrades. And another quadruple drop coming out of HeRoMaRinE. Actually unloads it right away when he sees this attack coming. Only one of the rocks has been taken down. He wants to use it defensively against these Zealots. Oh, a big hit by the Disruptor. But the supply is still holding for HeRoMaRinE. The macro machine is holding on. The German Terminator. And ShoWTimE still wants to come back for more value. 9 Disruptors in the army now. We see some Widowmines coming in. I don't know if that's a misclick or just a good idea. This Widowmine completely ignored the PF. Gets targeted down by the Zealots. The Zealots are kind of just zombies, dude. They just go for the brains. If the PF has a big brain, they want it. And the SCVs do repair this up. Both players maintaining their supply, sticking in this game. And 11 more Zealots being warped in here at the, let's call it the 6th base for ShoWTimE. And now he moves up this other ramp. We do have the sensor tower giving HeRoMaRinE this information, but slightly out of position. Stims to get into position. The Disruptor does not get the hit. It got targeted down. One Disruptor hit does get a couple Marauders. And the sensor tower also going down. Marauders go into the front to tank. The Ghosts are here as well. Good EMPs going down, blanketing this army, making sure that these Zealots do not have any shields. And it's just their health and armor keeping them alive. The SCVs come up the line to try and save this 4th base. But the Disruptors still alive here. 7 Disruptors. Colossi have been taken down, though, and HeRoMaRinE instantaneously loads up his army. But is ShoWTimE going to give him the time to get across the map with that army? Because it is flying over, but it means it's doing nothing. It is in no man's land. There is a cheeky base here on the right from ShoWTimE. So he opened up this path, and HeRoMaRinE can potentially find a little bit of damage. 2 Zealots trying to find something, but more of a scouting force more than anything. This base on the right, probably going to go down to the drop. Colossus being added on once again. And if you look at the Viking count, it's absolutely non-existent. So I love that. These Colossi are added back on. Would love like 1 or 2 more Robos even. Or just a Tempest transition. Tempests are great. But especially when you can be so close to your opponent. But maybe I'm thinking of the older Tempests. We do see a Dark Shrine coming out. And DT Blink does destroy PFs. If you just make like 10 DTs and jump on a PF, it dies. Oh, the nuclear battery has been committed. Lots of zombies are being warped in, but the drop and the reinforcements do take down 2 bases of ShoWTimE here. HeRoMaRinE gets a good counter damage done and punishes ShoWTimE a little bit for spreading himself thin whilst his army isn't like super duper mobile. The disruptors are like slightly immobile. A lot of Marauders here. Only the Colossi is AoE damage, but it seems to be enough here. Good upgrades on the side of ShoWTimE and just enough units in general. Poor Ghost does go down. One more in the medevac. In the meanwhile, HeRoMaRinE is attacking the middle here. Does manage to take down one of the Ruptors. And more drops going out from HeRoMaRinE. And ShoWTimE, is he catching on to the fact that HeRoMaRinE just keeps putting like almost his entire army into drops and just running to the other side of the map, trying to take down the bases of ShoWTimE? There's so many Zealots on the map, dude. 29 Zealots. How do you shred all of those? The Vikings back on the menu. And not enough Stalkers here to really deal with that. And getting some good shots in. Ooh, this army now getting sandwiched. HeRoMaRinE. And he loads up his medevacs. He boosts on out. But, oh, a nice snipe once again. ShoWTimE gets another full medevac. Has to drop immediately into the main base, because otherwise the warpins are just going to be there. And the other force is kind of sitting in the middle of the map. No Phoenix on the map anymore, so these medevacs can kind of chill here. What a game we get here for game number 3. Here we're even mining out that middle base now. And now it's really going to matter who's going to get this base, who's going to get this base, and this base. And ShoWTimE is already taking that one. So ShoWTimE is looking pretty good if a PF lands here. And HeRoMaRinE can start to mule hammer this down. Well, look at the tension. Both of these players thinking about taking this base. And ShoWTimE is going to get there first. Shadow Strike Stride. It's not Shadow Strike, Stride. DT Blink is about to finish, but we also have the Liberator range. Oh my god, the HeRoMaRinE army needs to kite back here. The Libs have been revealed. Nice blink from ShoWTimE. Immediately takes down 2 of the Liberators. The PF is getting healed. SCVs don't want to continue healing the PF. It actually gets taken down, and the Bio has a lot of trouble shredding down this Zealot army. And, oh my god, for the first time this game, HeRoMaRinE is struggling to keep his supply even with ShoWTimE. And on the right, we do see HeRoMaRinE taking that base, but ShoWTimE does manage to defend it with just simple warpins. How many gateways does he have? 21 gateways. That's an insane number. You can just have 21 units anywhere on the map. These Marauders were targeting down the Disruptor. Slight move command because of that. But now they can target or kite back. Wow, we even see the high-sec auto-track. Oh, the Disruptor. God. Into the GG. Oh my god, the Disruptor. It killed like 2 ghosts right there. Oh my lord. Yeah, you see the sniper rifle. This was... I don't know what this was, but... Holy moly, this 21-minute game, what a crazy game. High-sec auto-tracking completed, and instantaneously HeRoMaRinE left the game. Should have made that earlier. This PF really needed that extra range. ShoWTimE showing up here in game number 3, and he is now on match point. Poised to take this best of 5 versus HeRoMaRinE. And the Holy Trinity returns to us as for game number 4 we load in to Alcyone, with ShoWTimE going for a little Reaper Wall and taking down a crazy game on Crimson Court for game number 3. Now, he's on match point. He can take this best of 3, or best of 5, with just 1 game win. Now, Pip has rejoined us, as you see, so you know some shit's about to go down. But before it does, be sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, whatever you can do to hack the algorithm. Thank you very much. I hope you are enjoying the casts. And of course, the winner of this series will be facing off against the other finalist. I'm gonna spoil it. It's Gumiho. So we are going to have a TvT or TvP in the finals. No Zerg in the finals feels weird, man. But it is what it is. Now we do see HeRoMaRinE go for the double gas opener once again. Throws down the orbital, gets a Reaper, and probably throws down a factory sooner rather than later. ShoWTimE again going for the one gas Nexus here. And the factory for HeRoMaRinE does go down. We do not see that was scouted by. ShoWTimE doesn't even check the second gas. Enemy HeRoMaRinE pulls out of gas now. Just wanted that super fast factory. Now wants to focus on the minerals, so we can get a faster command center on the low ground. And there he go. Magnificent SCV. Starts building. And the Reaper makes its way across the map. The Adept's already here. The Reaper wall's already here. Stalkers coming out, so not multiple Adepts as of right now. Do see a shield battery going down. And a Cyclone is being built on the side of HeRoMaRinE. A starport goes down right away. So, in all likelihood, we're going to see another fast drop. It will be interesting to see HeRoMaRinE just throw down another CC, but I don't think he can find the money right now. I think you... I don't know what you delay to do that. But never say never. See Twilight Console on the low ground. Interesting to see it over there, because, you know, I guess there's no pylons in the main. And if you put it here, HeRoMaRinE can see it. So, ShoWTimE just being efficient with his pylons, wants to use the Nexus for supply, doesn't need a third pylon yet. And the CC for HeRoMaRinE is about to finish up. We see a Widow Mine, a second Widow Mine, and a Medevac. So he's gonna go and try to go to Vegas, gamble a little bit on this Widow Mine drop. And if he gets a couple big shots, the probe line of ShoWTimE will be annihilated, and he will be economically ahead for the foreseeable future. We do see a Robo coming out on top of this quick blink from ShoWTimE, and we have 3 gateways in total. So, probably looking to take that third base again with the help of those Blink Stalkers. So no Stargate whatsoever, no Phoenix, and perhaps Phoenix are just not that good on this map. And also, Blink Stalkers are just super annoying on this map. Like, we saw Mana versus Ryong. Like, that was kind of annoying. Double Widow Mine drop, making its way over. HeRoMaRinE again, pushing in the front, trying to make ShoWTimE look at his front, so he doesn't look at this drop. Gets 2 probes for its troubles, might get a third one. Oh, actually gets a Stalker. That is not too bad a trophy for a Widow Mine drop that has been fully spotted and kind of dealt with. So 2 probes go down, 1 Stalker kill. Not great, but not terrible. Robotics support bay goes down, so we might actually see some quick Colossi. The Blink has finished up. Observers coming out, and these Blink Stalkers might start ruling the map very soon. As ShoWTimE can claim map control, he does need to leave like at least 1, preferably 2 Stalkers to deal with this Medevac. 1 in this corner, 1 in this corner, and, you know, you just continuously check the minimap for the next 5 minutes. It's probably one of the most annoying things. When you don't really want to leave any units here, so you leave the minimum amount, but then you need to make sure that you are looking to blink, and then all of your attention is kind of going there. It's not a bad thing to be looking at the minimap, obviously, but it takes a lot of attention. We do see 1 Raven. That's kind of interesting. Probably an auto turret might open up an angle for this Widow Mine drop. To have this 1 siege tank, 2 siege tank out of HeRoMaRinE, kind of blocking in his own bio that would come from this side. Oh, but he has a nice little path at the top there. So he was in defend Blink Stalker mode. Oh my god, these Stalkers walk in at the perfect time to deal with this Raven. And ShoWTimE is building up his forces right now. He does have the Blink Stalkers, but not really using them. Just being very passive and defensive, and this Observer sees the move out from HeRoMaRinE. Does HeRoMaRinE even have a third base right now? He does not. He's getting +1, he's getting more medevacs and units. So it's kind of, I wouldn't say an anti-timing, because Stib is about to finish. But it's not like a great timing, as in he has a bunch of medevacs, he has +1, etc. Ooh, now the medevacs come over, and the combat shields and +1 will finish. So this is the plan for HeRoMaRinE. And is he going to siege up over here? Try to be annoying. ShoWTimE is not going to allow it. He starts mining out these minerals right away, so he can move down with his units. These siege tanks can't get into position unpunished. Especially this Immortal needs to get a couple shots of... Ooh, ShoWTimE chooses not to walk down there, but HeRoMaRinE has to siege up. Doesn't get this position right away. And we've seen HeRoMaRinE use some nasty-ass siege tank positions before. Immortal does get a couple shots on Marauders, but these siege tanks anchoring this ginormous army for this moment in the game. Oh, the force fields actually take down all of the bio. The medevac's not quite in position to help them stay alive. This Raven is throwing in auto turrets to be annoying, but hasn't yet found a kill. And oh my god, the Colossi now with a range, actually. And the charge slots managed to take down this position. HeRoMaRinE tries to retake the position, but he doesn't have enough units really to sustain. And ShoWTimE runs over. I see the Storm G, so I'm like Stormgate, ShoWTimE, I don't know. Both S words. ShoWTimE takes this fourth that HeRoMaRinE was trying to negate. 3 auto turrets, 4 auto turrets. The Widow Mines get shots as well. And a big drop in the natural. HeRoMaRiNE's trying to make this game hectic. Another drop in the main. ShoWTimE is reacting and doesn't lose any probes to the Widow Mine drop there. Maybe gets a cheeky cancel on the fourth, but only 5 probes going down to the hard work of HeRoMaRiNE. The third base on location has been established. What's the play? What does the playbook say? More barracks have been added on with Tech Lab, so we could see a lot more Marauders. We see 4 Marauders at a time, +1 armors coming up, and we do see +1 attack for ShoWTimE as well. A War Prism is going to finish up here as well. Is he going to fly it in and just cause some havoc with his zombie charge slots? Or just defensively picking up his Colossi, etc. Pretty nice utility unit. Oh, the Widow Mines are here to try and anchor this army. Do see a couple nice hits on the Zealots, and immediately after the units leave, I hope that was not a filled medevac. And HeRoMaRinE tries to get into position, but ShoWTimE, he's just blocking him. He's not allowed. You should just get the hell out of here. And it's not like HeRoMaRinE is bringing like a low amount of guns. He's really committing into these positions. But ShoWTimE is splitting off his army, well, I wouldn't say perfectly, but very well. In a way that just doesn't allow HeRoMaRinE to find damage on either side. No critical damage, at least. This Observer's kind of funnily placed. This Observer giving crucial vision to ShoWTimE. 4th base is done for HeRoMaRinE. We might actually see this game go long once again. Because HeRoMaRinE is certainly gearing up for it. He is making that armory. He has a 2nd engineering main. He's going to go into 2-2, +1 air. He has some Vikings in the air. Does he have a 2nd starport? He does not. Just more barracks for now. And Disruptors are already on the field. 2 Disruptors on the ground. 1 Immortal. Immortal, good unit. And this Widow Mine. It's going to go down. You need the Drilling Claw upgrade nowadays to get them to Cloak, which does change this matchup a lot, I feel like, because you never really want to research that, and just making an armory was a bit too easy. So now just never having Cloaked Widow Mines unless you specifically commit the brain power and the factory time to make a tech lab, or at least have a tech lab on the factory and get the Drilling Claws. I think it's a great upgrade, but you need to like build it into a build that goes Drilling Claw drop, I think. Because then you have it for the rest of the game, which is very nice. Especially now that Protosses aren't as used to Widow Mines just cloaking, even when having shot. Oh, the blink forward runs into a secondary bio army, but the bio's standing their ground. The Colossi do get a lot of good shots off. The Disruptors not really showing their impact in that game, and both players, though, sustaining their supply. The Ghost Academy's coming out, +1 air, and 2-2 for HeRoMaRinE. Whoa, those Column Bio units were not happy to meet the Purifying Novas. These Marauders on the sides, distracting all of the Colossi. They do die to it, but Colossi mostly just do bonus damage to light. So I think HeRoMaRinE's kind of okay with like 3-4 Marauders tanking that. There is +2 though, so it's pretty gnarly still. Lots of Marauders in this army, just 19 Marauders, barely any Marines anymore. And now the Ghosts are starting to come out as well. Blink forward once again, and HeRoMaRinE is kiting back. Does not really get any disruptor shots on his army, but the Colossi are not dealt with. 2 Vikings being added on and a second starport. And these Colossi have been doing a lot of damage, a lot of value. 13, 11, 8 kills. So these Colossi, unanswered laser giraffes. And a 5th base is going down for ShoWTimE. HeRoMaRinE has a 4th base PF locked and loaded. And I guess HeRoMaRinE plans on expanding to the top, because getting this bottom position right now seems very, very difficult, especially because ShoWTimE is already expanding towards that side. Well, we could see some, yeah, nice EMPs going down. Take down almost all of the shields from the army that is not the disruptors. Disruptor shots go down. Do not hit the mines or the army. And now 4 Vikings at a time being pumped out. But of course, ShoWTimE knows what's up. It's time to send in a little ninja squad of Zealots in a War Prism and try to disrupt the war machine of HeRoMaRinE himself. And that might just really happen. Oh, that's a big portion of the army of HeRoMaRinE that just is trying to shadow box here. Another War Prism is at the top, and a lot of HeRoMaRinE's army is just not even close here. ShoWTimE slipping his way in. +2 does start. And a couple of these Zealots warp in. There's not enough supply for HeRoMaRinE to, or for ShoWTimE to warp in more. But as soon as ShoWTimE loses a little bit of supply, I'm sure he will start the warp-ins. And there we go. A couple more Zealot zombies make their way into the main base. But HeRoMaRinE, he's not going to go down into that Quiet Night without fighting for his life. Snipes the natural. Interesting move. And now has a bunch of Zealots to deal with. They get an EMP on top of their heads, and they get eradicated. These Colossi are here to clean up the rest of the bio. The bio gets lured down the ramp, so they get completely destroyed by the AoE laser beams. Do not get another opportunity to take down that forge. And HeRoMaRinE does take down 1 Nexus, trades out a lot of Zealots for his army there. But ShoWTimE's already back up. And we did see an engineering bay go down here, +3. Started on the other engineering bay now. And the Vikings finally find that pesky, annoying War Prism. And HeRoMaRinE's looking at a 5th, and I wouldn't mind a 6th either. Even just this bottom base, a PF, bunch of mules. Probably a little scrubby move, but a high pressure tournament games. Dumb moves can work. D2 Shrine has been revealed. Some DTs were warped in to deal with this drop before, so we might actually see some Archons as well. 2 DTs are in the army right now. We do have a Widow Mine that is going to get a pretty nice shot up. Boom, gets on top of that 1 Disruptor. It gets clicked down. Disruptor shots do get some connections, but not like game-ending ones. Oh, game-ending ones! Holy moly, it's a big pile of blood. It's just a massacre, really. And that puddle was more like an ocean of blood, and these DTs trying to get in, not revealed anymore by the EMP. We need a little scan here. The Vikings do clean up all of the Colossi, and now the bio needs to run away. The supply for HeRoMaRinE plummeting for a little bit here, and more disruptors are coming in. Only 2 on the map though, so this is a good opportunity for HeRoMaRinE to get back into it. This Observer does get taken down. The PF is trying to hold. The disruptor shot gets 2 Marauders. That is costly, but might not end the game. The PF, though, goes down, and now all the SCVs come off the line. They are the chaff. They meet shield for the Terran Dominion, but the supply of ShoWTimE is just ever looming, whereas HeRoMaRinE is just trying to scrap it out with this army. He tries to get more disruptor shots or disruptor snipes because he knows he needs something there. But ShoWTimE takes game number 4 and the series best of 5 in his favor. Shuts down Big Gabe. And he moves on to fight Gumiho. And he's looking good in Protoss versus Terran. So that is proving to be one hell of a finals. And if you've already seen it, you know it's going to be a pretty nice finals. So I hope to see you there. That cast will be up in a couple days. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this cast once again. Be sure to like, subscribe, etc. I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.